Hi, welcome to Jaya's show, Medical Queen Got Talent. I'm Jaya Daptardar, Ayurvedic doctor, healthcare executive, business consultant, author of books, speaker, artist, beauty and passion enthusiast, Mrs. India Connecticut Beauty Pageant contestant, Director's Choice Award winner, and now a judge of India's Mediqueen Mrs. India 2021 beauty pageant. So hope you all are doing fantastic today. This talent show is for the doctors with another talent or passion. These shows are educational and motivational. Medical or healthcare profession is all about helping people and serving community. So today we have a special guest in our show who is a doctor and fashion enthusiast full of life. So welcome Dr. Sonya Upadhyay in our show Medical Queen Got Talent. So Sonia, how are you doing today?
Very good. Thank you, Jaya. Thank you so much. And I'm so glad to see all your wide array of work and the passion that you have. And I'm so happy to be here. Thank you.
Good, good, good. So Dr. Sonia is a dentist by profession with fashionista at heart and forever young enthusiast with dual passion of sense of community service and a believer of life to be lived at its fullest potential. So you will experience that while talking to Sonia today. She's a mother of two amazing kids and work as a clinical director of dental department at the federally qualified health center in Connecticut. So again, welcome Sonia. Are you
Thank
ready?
you. Yes, I am. Thank you. Thanks.
So thank you for saying yes to come into my show. And I know how difficult it is to juggle with the profession and the kids and all the activities that you do. Sonia, tell us a little bit about yourself and your journey from doctor, dentist to Mrs. India beauty contestant.
Okay, thank you, Jaya. And I am a dentist by profession. I am a clinical director, as you said, in a dental department at a federally qualified health center. So basically, we serve the underserved and the uninsured population in the city of Hartford. It's kind of like close to my heart. So I work for kind of like a social cause, and I've been there for quite a while. I've been with the same organization for the past, I would say, 12 to 13 years, and it brings me immense happiness to be helping the community, helping the people who really cannot afford the dental care otherwise. So that's one of my work that I feel like I'm giving back to the community in some way. So it just brings me immense happiness. And about fashion and beauty pageant and everything, this journey is like so. I wasn't even looking at myself. If you asked me like 3 years before, I never saw myself doing all this. I was like so busy in my own routine, mundane life of kind of like taking care of the home, taking care of the kids, working, and every time I would feel like I'm so busy, I don't have time for myself. But then, like for some reason, I feel like I'm missing out on things in life. So all of a sudden, I felt like I probably should be making more time for myself. So that's when I started kind of like it just came so naturally to me. For some reason, like being in front of the camera, being like I always loved getting the photographs clicked. So probably that's one reason I realized that. I like kind of like dressing up, being nicely presented, and then all of a sudden I had this immense interest in fashion, and probably like 2019 was the year that I participated in Mrs. India Connecticut, and that was an amazing experience, I would say. I mean, we both shared the same
And
experience,
that's
and it
where I
was,
met you.
I know. That's where we met. That's where we actually clicked, and we met so many other wonderful women. So that was a good platform to learn from other women, learn from other people's experiences, and I'm so glad I took on this journey, because since then I have grown into that field so much. I have explored so many areas of fashion, modeling, photography, and other things, and I'm so happy that I did that.
Very
So
good.
yeah.
So thank you for giving us a little bit of your journey, telling about your journey, and that's really motivating. And I understand being a doctor and being in healthcare profession, it's always dedication about the patient and on-call schedule. And I do the same thing, and I'm also in a nonprofit
Right.
healthcare system. So, but looking at the life in a different way is it gives you so much, and also for your family, and
Hmm.
for your patients. So, any other hobbies, Sonia, or passion that you have, and how do you manage your time for that?
Right. So I do like any form of art. I would say I'm a very artistic person at heart. So like anything artistic just calls me or pulls me towards itself. So I love drawing, painting, like different medias, like pottery, painting, anything, like anything to do with art. I just like love spending time with that. Of course, I don't really get a lot of time with the busy schedule of being working full time, being with my kids all the time. I but I try to kind of like still take time out. And the best part is my kids do get inspired by me. So they are like
Exactly.
always asking
That's,
me.
yeah.
So they always ask me like, oh, how do you do such a nice painting? I was like, okay, let me teach you. So they are like my first students, I would say. So, and it also kind of like makes them look at certain things in a different perspective. So they actually ask me questions. How can we make this better? And then I teach them. So that actually gives me some time to explore my passion as well as being with my kids both. Like, so I just try to balance both the things together, but I still take time out to do what I feel like what I feel happiness in. Yeah.
Yeah, and like you said, kids learn from
Hmm.
us. So what
Yeah,
we
they
do.
do.
So as much as we do, they watch us.
Yeah,
Uh,
they do.
So and follow us. So
Hmm.
that's good. So Sonia, any other message for our women who are watching this show for empowerment purposes?
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, I would just like to say a little bit more about my journey. Overall, like, it has been a very, very gradual progression. I would say it's not like one day I just woke up and I felt like, oh, I have so many interests. Oh, I can make time out for these things. But no, I mean, I was like kind of like the same how everyone is. Like, they are like so busy taking care of the family, taking care of the kids, fitting into a kind of like a role model for a woman. Okay, the woman is supposed to be doing taking care of the house first, then taking care of the job, then taking care of the kids. Then there's like there is a list of things that the women should be doing, but rather than kind of like they never ever have time to think like what's important for them, what brings them happiness, what they like doing, what they like exploring. So I don't know, like it was a very, very gradual transition. I don't know what clicked me, but I guess when I started realizing was when I actually had my kids. So surprisingly, people tell me like, oh, having kids, like, there's not enough time for yourself. I was like, for me, it was a total opposite. It was like a wake up call for me. Like, okay, I had kids, and all of a sudden, I have 10 other interests. I was like, okay, what's happening with me? Like, how come I am realizing now that I need to be happy, to be giving happiness to people around me, you know. So I was like so fortunate to be having that wake up call at that time, and then it just kind of like went on and kind of like multiplied over the years. My kid, like my son is 5 now, my daughter is 6. So I have been on this journey, I would say, for the past 6 years. Yes, I can say that. Like the first time I became a mom, I realized like I want to be exploring things for myself too. So, and then I realized that being happy myself, my kids are so much happier, people around me are happier, everything is more balanced. So it just brought so much of balance, harmony, happiness around me. So that's one thing that I would really want women to think about. Try not to just focus on what needs to be done, or what's the norm for a woman to do, but rather than explore what you like, what you feel happiness in, what you feel like makes you content in life, you know, rather than just thinking about people around you. Because once you're happy, people around you are automatically going to be happier, you know.
Yes, yes. Yeah, and well said that, Sonia. So, I think, and what I remember, you also received an award at Mrs. India beauty contest. I think it's about the smile
Yes.
that you have. Smile.
Yes. So yeah, I think yeah, the title was Miss Beautiful Smile or Mrs. Beautiful
Yes.
Smile. Yeah. So I was like so happy about that. But I do feel. I mean, I think my inner happiness does reflect outside on my face, or I would say, yeah, people around me do say sometimes, "Oh, you look happy all the time." I was like, but this wasn't how I was all the time. You know, I think I found my happiness. I tried to kind of like. Uh, uh, Explore within me, like what should I be doing to have that happiness in me. So I would say to all the beautiful women watching this show, all the other people also watching this show, the thing is, I would say try to just find your own happiness rather than just looking for external sources to bring you happiness, like people around you. Sometimes people you feel like, oh, if this person would do something for me, I would feel happy. No, I mean, you can do something for yourself to make you happy, you know. So that's what my message for other people would be. If you want to be happy, it's in your hands, not in other people's hands.
Exactly. Yes, you're absolutely right about that. And you're so blessed with that smile, and you're a dentist.
I know. Thank you, Jaya.
Yes. So, do you want to talk about how do you actually manage the time with your job and the kids and your passion?
Right. So I feel like always prioritize the things. Like for me, I know like what are my priorities. If there are certain days my focus would be totally on my kids. I mean, I would be involved in their activities, in their day to day things, and I would totally neglect myself. But then again, I have to remind myself, if I need to continue on this journey, and if I need to be more sane and more happier, I need to take care of the things that I need to do. So I just step back. I realize, okay, this is the time. Okay, stop. Stop doing whatever you're doing and think like what you can do for yourself to have that balance back. So I always make sure like I have some time for myself. So the thing is, I work full time, but it's like basically I work 4 days a week. So that one day in a week that I get, that is my kind of like day to maintain my sanity. So to do things that I like doing, though there are going to be some things that I would have to cram up in that day off too, but that one day in a week just gives me all the time to explore, to think about what I would want to plan for further things. So it's like that's my me time. So that's what I really feel like everyone should be having that time for themselves, you know.
Yes, sure, sure. So thank you for that message, Sonia. And I like that. So, anything else that you would like to tell our viewers about you or the community?
Just in general, like I would say, however we think about ourselves, we kind of like propagate through the generations. So our kids basically look at us to have kind of like a role model. So they haven't really explored or seen a lot of people. I mean, they have the most interaction with the parents probably, or maybe their friends, or maybe the friends parents, but still they are like on a journey with us most of the time. So it's like the way we would want our kids to be. First thing is we have to be that way ourselves, because if we want our kids to be happy, okay, I want my kid to be having all the happiness in the world, but how is it possible if you're not happy yourself? So I think what we need to do probably is kind of like for my daughter to even think like, okay, she shouldn't be thinking that this is the norm for the society, this is how the women should be doing, this is how the women are supposed to be behaving, this is what is expected of the women. I mean, I wouldn't want her to be restricted in those norms. For me, I would want her to think like she can do whatever she wants to do, and that's when I have to show her that I am doing whatever I want to do. So that's how she would remember that, okay, my mom was this way, and then probably it is okay to be like even thinking out of the box, or doing or exploring out of the normal things. And the same way for my son too. I mean, I want him to be respecting the priorities or the options or the choices of the girl or the woman or whoever he would be with later on in life. So I just want to say that, like, how we should be the best role models for our kids. And then for being the best role models, of course, we have to know ourselves, how we want ourselves to be, so that we can give a good message, or like transfer a good information to our kids.
Yeah, that's good. So now a final question, a last question.
Mhm. Right.
What is your next plan? Any goal that you have in your life that you want to do? Something different?
Right now, like, I am exploring this kind of like the being the beauty and the fashion industry a little bit more. So I would want to go more than what I am doing right now. Like, I would say I'm giving like my 50% right now. I would want to give it 100%. I don't know how will I find the time to do that. I wish I can kind of like try to balance the things out a little bit more, but that's one area that I would want to explore 100%. Like, I feel like I know it's a little late for me. Like, people who know me or people who know my age, they would say, "Oh, don't you think it's a little late to explore all these things?" But I still feel like, okay, fine. If I like what I am doing right now, I shouldn't be even thinking like it's late, or at least I'm starting now. So that's one thing that I would really want to explore more, or give my 100% to, and then see where it takes me.
Yes, yeah. And like you said, there is no limit to the age or anything.
Yeah.
You can start anytime. It's about the heart. It's about your wish, what you want to do. Uh,
Right.
and there is never too late.
Yeah,
Never
exactly, that's
too
how I
late.
feel too. It's
Yeah.
and that's what I've realized off lately. I want to explore new things, so I feel like, okay, it's not too late. Maybe I can still try something new, something different, something that I haven't done before. So those all those things like interest me, and calls out to me too much these days. So I'm happy being in the phase that I am in right now.
Yes. And let me tell you, when I entered into this Mrs. India uh, beauty pageant, I was
Hmm.
50 years old that year.
I know.
And
I know.
I
Kudos to
said to
you. Good.
myself, when we are in the medical school and then the practice and everything, sometimes we don't have time to do all
Yeah.
this. So,
Yeah.
okay, so this is the time. And now this is the opportunity. So let's do it.
Exactly. I mean, you're so right. I mean, all throughout our the life as a student, as a new wife, as a new mother, like, we have been like bound by so many responsibilities, and so many expectations out of us, that we really did not have time to think, okay, what we really want to do. I mean, what we like to do. So now, since like and especially if we are given one platform, and then we explore that platform, and then we would want to explore more. So I mean, we I would say we are lucky to be in this situation, to be even given an opportunity to be in this field or exploring this field a little bit more. And then, of course, I mean, if we like it, we want to do more.
Yes, definitely. So wish you all the best, Sonia, for your next project or whatever you want to do in your life. And it's really you're full of life. Uh, and keep smiling.
Thank you, Jess, so much for this opportunity. I'm
So
so glad to be here with you, talking to so many people and giving out message to so many people. And I'm so happy to be even listening to your shows. And every show has a different message. And I'm so glad that you are bringing so many things together, because sometimes I think it's just women, what they need probably is just a platform to even get the information. I mean, sometimes it's just that the sharing of the information from one person to the other is just enough to kind of like start the thought process in the other person, you know?
yeah,
So,
definitely. And then it motivates other people. So like
exactly.
we are talking about, how we got time to do this and
Mhm.
how we explored later on
Right.
in our life. Maybe, the other women will come up that, I
Exactly.
have this passion, but I never thought of it.
Never thought about it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So good. It's a very good conversation, and
You too.
hope our viewers and uh, all the women who are watching this show, they like this conversation, and I'm sure they also will follow their passion.
Sure. That's the key. I mean, follow your passion first, identify what you like doing, identify what interests you, identify your passion, and then go for it. Let's see.
Good, good. Thank you, Sonia, and
Thank you.
hope we can talk again someday.
Sure. Sure. Thank
Good.
you so much. Thanks.
Thank you. And thank you, all our viewers, for watching our show, Medical Queen Got Talent. And stay tuned for the next show. Thank you.